Like the stars, and you know we going anyway, anyway, baby, anyway.
Here we go.
In this thing.
Yes, welcome back to Exotic Airlines House of Artistry. I am your boy, C. Lassie.
And it's your girl, Lady Line.
And it's the king of the streets, Brandon King.
And we are joined by my best friend today, Mr. the rapper MJ.
Yeah.
Mr. Pharaoh himself.
We're checking in now. Grind time.
So it's about time we had you on the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now...
Off with your name, MJ. Now, is that initials from your government? Or are you aspiring to be like Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan? Or?
My moniker is initials from my government.
Okay.
Everything original. No need to spice nothing up.
All right.
No need to. We coming with it.
Nice.
MJ.
Nice.
That's my middle and last name initial.
Okay.
It just so happened to be some of the greats.
Yeah.
Got my middle and last name initials. So
I
am one of the
So you
greats.
just kind of falling in line.
I'm just part of prophecy.
Mm-hmm. I feel you. And how long have you been doing this? Like, when did you get started?
December 2011. December 2011 in Southern California, San Diego.
Nice.
That's where it all began.
Tell me about that day.
That day, well, it was I started rapping in around that month, but before then I was a writer. I always been a writer. I had a published novel before then. And
is that what this is?
Yes. I brought a copy. I got a signed copy for House of Artistry.
Nice.
And,
nice.
It's basically my first independently produced and published piece of literature. It's a street lit urban fictional novel.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so that was really my first step in being a writer. And after that, I just did a whole lot of poetry, to the point where the same people who would watch me write it wouldn't believe it was me as I got better writing poetry. They just kept doubting it. It was me. And then just life obstacles, I got more aggressive writing my poetry, and it sounded like I was rapping. And so I found time to go just see how it would sound making music, because a lot of stuff I was writing was my life. And so I just heard certain artists like Adele, certain artists like Pop, Master P, you know, some of the greats that did it before me just put their life in it. And so I just figured it was just natural.
Yeah, you can tell the difference too from back in the day music. Like, you could tell you're coming from that era, because back then it was talking about what you did and how your expression.
Exactly.
Like now it's like, I'm gonna play somebody else's role.
Right.
Or I'm gonna talk about somebody else's life.
I'm gonna make up a character and then just present their character.
Yeah, back then it was really who they were, what they were, and that's cool that you do that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's about time that we start getting that revolution going on in music.
That's what made the craft that much better too back then. It was like they just putting everything who they are out there.
It was storytelling, essentially. Yeah.
And it was all who they was. It wasn't like no gimmicks. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they had who they were.
Absolutely. Now let me ask you this: prior to 2011, young MJ growing up, did you have any idea that you would be moving and shaking in this arena, in this industry?
No idea. No, I never grew up wanting to be a musician or a rapper. I just wanted to be a boss.
Okay.
I just always had it in me. I always was a leader. I always had people by my side that believed in me and what I wanted to do. So I just knew all the time I was going to be top dog.
I think that's interesting that you say that you've always had people around you that believed in what you wanted to do. How important or how influential has that been going through the things that you've gone through?
It played a major part in it, you know. But people being around me that believed in me was only a big deal as long as I had something worth believing in that was greater than me.
Yeah.
And, you know, making making my own way was always a big deal instead of making a way to survive.
Yeah.
And that's what people gravitated toward.
Yeah.
It was like, man, this dude always got a plan to do something. I'm gonna stick by his side. We're gonna follow through together. You know what I'm saying? And it's as per that trailer. All this is included in the trailer that's gonna be released.
Okay.
Explaining the prodigy part.
Nice. You said something else about, having something that's bigger than yourself. Has your vision, I say, over the past 5 years, has it changed? Has it altered? Or, I mean, once you got started in writing and all that kind of stuff, where did your vision, your dream go from there?
Well, it's constantly changing as far as small details, but overall, from writing to where we at, it changed in the perspective of me doing something solely I can benefit from, such as literature. To me, I wrote and got it copywritten the follow-up film for this novel, which is called Underground. It's entitled Underground Kings, and I just wanted to open doors for those around me and those who haven't been places I've been and seen stuff I've seen. I also have monetary gain from it.
Yeah.
And film opens that door because it's a lot
Absolutely.
more roles, and music opens twice as many doors.
Yeah.
And so because it provides jobs and careers for those not skillfully talented up front, like a lot of musicians come in.
Yeah.
That don't last.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like a Spike Lee. You know what I'm saying?
He's giving me like a Master P vibe.
Think about like the masterminding of what you're doing, and actually not only were you able to, make these thoughts up and then put them on the paper, but then you get it published, and then you're working projects, and then you're on the film. So it's one thing to just say it, but actually making the moves is one totally different.
But also, and I say Master P because I think he is very, he's a good example of an entrepreneur. He wasn't just a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
He's touched so many different things in the entertainment industry, including fashion, film, music. He's a boss, like you said. And then you coming in here saying, I've done this, and I want to do this, and I want to do that. I also want to say, because y'all know we always try to give you a little nuggets or whatever on this show, that most successful people, the people that you look at that are billionaires and stuff, they have multiple sources of income. They are not just putting all their eggs in one basket. At least seven streams. At least 7 different streams that they can tap into and pull from. And, so I know a lot of times when we talked about earlier behind the scenes before the show got started about that adoptive mentality, and a lot of times society tells you do things one way. You go to school, as my grandmother would say, you get your lesson out, you graduate, you go to college, you pick a career, and you work that until 20, 30 years or whatever, and you retire, and hopefully, you got a family that you can sit down and enjoy your retirement with. However, there's nothing wrong with that life, but if you aspire for something greater, like if you're looking at the Beyoncés and the Jay-Z's and the Bill Gates and, the Apple creator, I just lost his name, Steve Jobs, rest in peace. If you're looking at these people, they did a lot more as far as, sacrifice. They tapped into a lot of different things. They did the crazy things. They did everything outside of what society would say you're supposed to do. So that's just something, if you're sitting back and thinking, oh, this music is going to really pop. Think of stuff outside of the music that you still have. Because I think if you're creative, you can do a lot more, and you don't have to be just one thing.
Yeah, as a creative, you naturally have multitasking capabilities.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's just what it is.
Absolutely.
I mean, and you're a perfect example of that, being able to tap into that and being able to actually flourish in it.
Yeah.
I want to say, I want to know what sparked the conscious. What sparked the opening of your third eye?
Yeah.
I mean, because it's deep.
Once again, that's the main purpose of me releasing this trailer, because it tells you it's breaking down a lot as far as such as what sparked that, and what sparked me being conscious was traveling. That initiated to spark traveling, seeing others live, domestic and foreign, because seeing more sparked it. And then that encouraged me to read more. And that's what, blew the hinges off the door. It's just reading. getting so in go for reading, I became a writer. I'm a real avid reader. And not just reading fictional novels, we reading educational literature pertaining to the culture of Melanin people, the culture of Latino people. Different cultures, we're reading educational novels about that, the origin of everything.
Well, I mean, what I found to be very interesting about you is, I've taken, quite a journey in my life, and I've, reached my point of where I was like, all right, the conscious is like, my eyes are open and I'm starting to see this stuff. And for a second, I was thinking, like, because our first conversation was about the streets being conscious. Because nobody, at first, my perception and what I was getting off of my feedback was, I'm not reaching, or this isn't working because the streets isn't accepting of my conscious music.
Yeah.
He sat me down and we're sitting here talking, and it's like, he's telling me about the Christopher Columbus book, and how, I should, what good reads are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And at this point, in my mind, I'm already like in this position.
Yeah.
So I've never met this man before, and and he's coming from Oak Cliff, and I'm like, I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, this is uncommon.
It gives you a different perception of the streets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what he's been telling me is that the streets are waking up.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
I think you being a prime example of like what to lead by. You know what I'm saying? You setting that stone for that. Gives a lot of opportunity for people to go through new doorways, and you know what I mean. And like, I think I respect your mindset.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because the origin, it's so easy to be, manipulated and deceptive. So, man, it's hard to explain. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like when somebody's conscious and awake.
It's a whole nother level of respect.
Exactly. Like, we don't even talk on the same. Right. You know what I mean? We don't even greet each other the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just
it's a whole nother type of salute.
Level.
Yeah. Well, I do want to, because we're talking about conscious, and now that I've seen the artwork and everything for your cover.
No doubt.
Now I'm like, okay, we got to talk about what inspired the artwork for this cover. Because I see. Okay.
Grind Time did it all. That's the label I'm a CEO of.
Okay.
And what sparked the inspiration for the cover was knowing who I am, MJ. Knowing who I am, what I'm capable of.
Yeah.
That sparked the inspiration for the cover. Knowing how great I got plans of being. Knowing how great those before me already were.
Yeah.
That's what sparked the cover for using.
I just want to say, for those who haven't seen the cover, it's basically his image in a golden encrusted pharaoh statue.
It's King. It's
dope.
Tut.
Yeah.
It's King Tut burial mask, actually.
Okay.
And henceforth, Prodigy. He was a teenage king.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say he made much of a difference as far as the level I'm taking it, influencing people, but the whole ancestry. I come from that.
Yeah.
I have a couple songs, records not released yet, talking about my bloodline. I'm from the same bloodline.
Yeah.
And so it's only right there. We talking about moving forward. You know how far we go back being great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boss Prodigy.
Now, at what point in your life does this discovery come, as far as understanding the history and the bloodline and Egyptian gods and kings? It
comes throughout the process. You're becoming more and more knowledgeable, and get more of a better understanding of not just who a person is once you learn about them, or what they did, what fakes they did, and that just. The more you read about, the more you become conscious. It's gonna open doors and it's gonna have deep. It's gonna get deeper.
Yeah, it's like a rabbit hole. I will say that. I know for myself, just kind of looking at past history, and then once you look at this, it's like, oh, okay, now I gotta go check this out. Now I gotta go check this out. And it's like, oh my God, like I'm getting a headache. And there are times that I just have to literally, like, you know what, I gotta take a break today. Like I can't. But then, you know, other times I'm lost in it, and I look up and hours have passed.
Yeah, that's why I said grind time. That's what that's about. My label is about one of the definitions of it is getting to where you want to be and the journey to getting there.
Yeah.
Grind time.
It's interesting because it's a cliche saying about you can't know where you're going until you know where you come from.
No doubt.
And when you really dig deeper into that particular saying, it's like there's so much reality to that. I mean, learning about where you come from, learning your history, your ancestry, your bloodline, all of that. When you discover greatness, it's only that much more inspiring to continue on, and you start to make sense of certain feelings or certain thoughts that you've had, you know what I'm saying, inside you your whole life that maybe hadn't been fostered or nurtured from other people with an adoptable mindset, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's like, it's crazy. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
No, I feel you. I mean, like, you're gonna surpass a lot of things because, you know, at the end of the day, when you know thyself, you'll find the happiness. And no matter what your destination is, once you finally get there, if you don't know the origin, you're gonna still be lost.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So everything that you did do is almost like now you got to redo it again because you missed the fundamentals of what was really there to guide you and to help you get to that next step.
No doubt.
So, is there a song particular off of this album that you feel like is probably the best representation of you or of this project alone?
Well, we can start with the intro. That's a quick run through of my story.
You mind if I play that?
We can get into the intro right now. I forgot his product is dropping on the 23rd, Friday.
Say that one more time and let them know where they can
say
find
it with
it.
your chest.
We have less than 6 days until Boss Prodigy is made available everywhere on the 23rd.
Nice.
So I'm gonna go ahead and run this track real quick because this is the intro, and it's gonna probably take a second because you know how my computer is. It needs to get some of that grind time in it. Maybe start working a little bit faster. I don't even know why it showed up on this. So let me ask you the second question then. What do you feel is the next song after that would give insight into who you are?
Actually, the whole project is a day in the life of me. The whole project is a day in the life of me.
So you don't feel like there's any fillers on this project?
I mean, some just go deeper in the day in the life.
Okay.
Such as my first single I'm dropping, Ain't Your Dog, produced by Drum Dummy. Ain't Your Dog is the first single we dropping visual for.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All true story, all my life story. Just heard it. You can just hear it in there. It's nothing but the truth.
Yeah.
And see, and that's what's up. That's the point I was really getting at, because if you listen to a lot of these cats' albums, they have filler songs, and like one or two is really about what the project is representing. You know what I mean? It's the consistency of actually keeping your work with substance and good content seems to be like hard for these artists nowadays.
It's a battle because the passion is missing.
Yeah.
It's a battle because the passion is missing, and it's not balanced because not only is the passion missing, but the determining factor of why they're gonna keep doing it is missing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna keep doing this because I need some money. I'm gonna keep doing this because my friend do it and he winning. I'm gonna keep doing it because my favorite rapper doing it, and I seen them, and so now I believe I can be like my favorite rapper.
Right.
You know what's funny? Did you watch that little Yachty thing where they were talking down on Tupac and Biggie?
Well, I definitely wouldn't watch that if it was titled that.
It was bad.
I know.
It was bad, bro.
It was bad.
But he's a young artist already. That had his big record. But I have watched several interviews depicting his character and whatnot, and he's not an artist that I listen to on the daily.
Yeah.
But I do know of him and I know his records, and so.
Do you feel like the culture nowadays, the music nowadays, is missing a piece of that origin? Because I was thinking about, you know how we were talking earlier about, you know, what entails into the origin of hip hop, the elements of hip hop.
Yeah.
Do you think we're actually moving away from what the elements were, or do you feel like we're being innovative and making a new way?
Is that for everybody to answer? Because I have my opinion on that.
I believe that the culture of hip hop moving so fast, it knows with their hand on it. You know what I'm saying? May not be bringing it back to the origin, because it's moving real fast with the state of the internet.
Yeah.
Moving real fast with social media. It's moving so fast you can't keep up with what's the last artist that made itself break doing is moving so fast. Yeah. And so with it moving so fast like that, it's hard to even insinuate the origin. Hey, this is where we at now. This is where we came from. Unless you got your hand on it, like an artist like Nas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just dropped his visual with Khaled. Just dropped that visual Nas album done. We got his hand on the culture. You know, he's talking about what's going on right now with black businesses being owned and foreigners owning businesses in black communities, you know, but he's still talking that talk of how we talk now, you know, so
absolutely.
As long as we got people with their hand on it, bring it back.
I think there's a few artists out there who still have some form of representation of the origins of hip-hop, and I'll say like J. Cole, as well as Kendrick Lamar, you know.
Oh, dude, Kendrick's a beast.
So do you guys feel like the cycle, the revelations is starting to make a turn that what you're doing now is going to actually start being the forefront again? Because as you can see, a lot of stuff is trends.
It's already coming back around full circle locally. You know what I'm saying? You got some artists out here locally that's really doing their thing. Inspired to be conscious and inspiring to be more conscious. Like I had an artist on here, CEO Goodfella Entertainment, very conscious young brother I know. You have another artist out here, up and coming, Young Clutch. Yeah. He did a record, a Panda remix, very conscious. You know, so it is coming back around full circle. It's just about them marketing themselves so you can see it for yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm actually. You have another song you want to run? We can play real quick.
No doubt. We can go through my first. We can go ahead and air my first single, "Ain't Your Dog."
Ain't Your Dog.
That's track number 2. The first visual we're gonna be shooting a video for.
Oh, that's crazy because I don't have Ain't Your Dog. Oh, I lied. I just lied to y'all. Here we go. Ain't Your Dog by the rapper MJ. Go ahead and let this spin.
Life story for life story, man. I can do this shit all day. They gon' talk about you crazy. They gon' talk about you crazy. Yeah. That ain't your dog. That ain't your partner, my nigga. That ain't your dog. You heard? They gon' smile up in your Facebook. It gets deeper. That ain't your dog. It's all good, though, nigga. That ain't your dog. Gotta be explained, nigga. Talk to him. Seen this nigga just like a brother. We both used to jug together, getting money. Would say certain shit, let me know you was jealous. I still looked out for the nigga. Back then I could trust a nigga. When folks in this neighborhood telling me not to fuck with the nigga. Seen he was barely eating. I gave him a cheaper ticket. His bitch went and blew the profit. Now they both gon' get evicted. Texting me all type of shit. I told them to pay it late. The crazy thing about it was they both lived on section. They heard my nigga was talking about me. Fucked up who I heard it from. Had to be him between the three of us. I'm who he got it from. The one put you in position. The one who gave you the game, nigga. You was struggling till I showed your ass the game. They talk about you crazy. They gon' talk about you crazy. They gon' talk about ain't your dog. No, ain't your dog. They gon' smile up in your Facebook. trip. How niggas put bitches they just met before they partner. Tell them secrets about the business. Low key sneak this in they partner. These hoes will fuck up a circle. Don't let these hoes in your circle. Back and forth with random niggas. Make problems within your circle. You know what you did, my nigga. You just make this bitch a threat. Say the loud rate and kick out the win. She rap without breaking the sweat. He swear this bitch different, nigga. The same game but different niggas. I see her ass out in town all the time with some different niggas. What tripped me out about the nigga, he took her word over mine. We both went our separate ways, now his ass locked up doing time. I seen a bitch knocked up and she don't even write, my nigga. I ain't gon' say I told you so, you see I was right, my nigga.
Talk about you crazy. They gon' talk about you crazy. They gon' talk about Angel Dog. No, Angel Dog. They gon' smile up in your Facebook. Smile up in your face. The Angel Dog. Angel Dog. They gon' talk about you crazy.
Yes, welcome back to Exotic Airlines House of Artistry. You were just listening to the rapper MJ.
Yeah.
Ain't Yo Dog.
Already.
Off of Boss Prodigy that is coming up. What day?
On the 23rd, baby.
On what date?
23rd.
On what day?
6 days on Friday.
You know
Yes,
what?
sir.
I just thought about something. MJ, the 23rd. Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Ain't that crazy?
That's crazy.
I'm telling you.
So, I you know what? I'm gonna have to bring you back on the segment again because I feel like as someone at your stature, you just can't put all of what you do and
Right.
relay all this information just in one, 30-minute, 20-minute segment. So what we gonna do, we gonna let you guys jam to some music, and when we get back, I'm actually gonna go a little bit further into this book because I really want to know what this book is about. I mean, you guys just really got to respect this man's grind. I mean, it speaks for itself in his work. The name of his label is Grind Time. And, I mean, it's obviously out there. I mean, dude, I went and looked through your artworks. Bro, you got some graphics.
We don't play, man. Everything official. Grind
Official.
Time. Everything must be official. It's mandatory that it's official.
Yes. If you want to be taken serious, you better start getting serious.
That's a
Respect the
nugget.
artistry.
That's a nugget right there.
So when we get back, we're going to have more for you. So this is Exotic Airlines House of Artistry. I'm your boy, C. Lassie.
Miss your girl, Lady Life.
And this is the king of the streets, Brandon King.
And we'll be right back with you.
Yes, sir.
Full of faith, got to put the work in, grind hard every day. You can never ever wish food on a plate. Something I was trying to tell a little dude the other day. I know it sound kind of rude in a way, but I gotta shoot it straight like a tool to your face. You see, some of us just aren't looking, but some of these niggas grown men just start thugging. Reminding me of them bitches when they just start clubbing. Boys out here ugly. So what the fuck do you do when your best don't cut it? You can load every gun that you got like fuck it. Nigga didn't like the hand he was dealt, so he took the whole deck. Oh buddy, you were like
Stress, that's why I be getting louder. Stress on your shoulders, get heavy. Get away, you die, nigga, let it. Don't wait too long, you can miss it. 'Cause I'm so tired of the stress.
What I'm in the process of doing will supersede what's in front of me.
Got you. Got you.
So, what kind of gave you the idea to write a book?
Well,
Like, what was your inspiration? Like, what was your thought process going into that?
before I wrote this, I was a big reader. When I wrote this, I was in the conscious literature, but that was only because I had surpassed reading all the urban fictional novels.
Okay.
I had read so many from so many different publishing companies, and what I got to the conclusion of was they don't know the streets. These books got too many tales, and so First, I seen that a lot of publishing companies were publishing books from people incarcerated, and they were good. So I was like, I want to try to do this, and I was gonna use that revenue to pour into another business.
Yeah.
And so in the process of doing it, I just made sure I did it to put my best foot forward. Read a lot about putting a good book together, and what it takes.
Now, how long did it take for the whole entire process to be done?
Process probably took about 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years because it was a bunch of things taking place that would prevent me from writing it.
Wow.
Instead, I didn't just start and stop. I was still enlisted in the military. I was going overseas.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't really put it together. Then once I did put it together, it wasn't to the high level I wanted. I wanted the best work I could put together in front of me.
Yeah.
So once it was befitting to me, with my high standards, I knew other people would like it.
Nice.
Did you actually have somebody go in and like do like all the grammatic work in here?
That was part of the
like,
2-year process. That was paid
man,
for.
because like that's when I've done some research on like writers that do books, and they say like it's as far as getting down the words is cool, but actually getting the punctuation to reflect exactly what you're supposed to be reading is crazy. So the fact that you were able to get that right, and it shows, and the work is crazy. You know what I mean? That lets you know that that's legitimate.
The page numbers dictate whether or not they will ever get the wording right. When you see a fictional novel with like more than 200 pages, they wouldn't as concise as they should be as far as expressing a visual with words. Because they're using too many words.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and that's all what I learned and what made that process expand.
Wow.
So what are some good books that you think that would be passing on knowledge, keeping this conscious way of going to any listeners out there that, you know, they're like, well, what's conscious? What's, you know, what is this that they speak of? What are some good books that can open their eyes to, you know?
So we not even in the fictional genre no more. We talking about conscious novels.
Yeah.
Okay, the first
Because that's what this is really.
No, this is an urban fictional novel.
Is this on conscious at all?
This is not conscious. This is about urban fictional novel. It's like Power.
Okay.
Like
Well, I haven't watched Power, so I haven't.
Like the Goodfella movie.
Okay, yeah.
New Jack City movie.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I got you.
Urban fictional novel. Really, if we want to talk about some good reads from an urban fictional novel, you can just go with certain authors because it's a pattern. The same artists make the best book. It's not a random person makes a good book. Nikki Turner, Rashida Clark. She was actually incarcerated with Martha Stewart.
Wow.
And she got a string of good books.
Man, that's crazy.
Triple Crown Publishing Company published a lot of books from single authors. They don't really make a lot of books. That's the Triple Crown Publishing incarcerated authors.
Okay.
And so they were probably the ones you could hit and miss. This person just got one book. They have a lot of good reads. But if we're gonna change genres into conscious books, some of the most powerful conscious books I've read are Isis Papers by shout out to the beloved author of Isis Papers. She passed earlier this year.
Okay.
And that's a very powerful book. Before the Mayflower is a very powerful book on how blacks always been a part of America before America was corrupted. Before the Mayflower. Now Valley Civilization is a very powerful book. Talks about the contributions Egyptians had that are still being used today. In 2016 from over 6,000 BC. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Those are just a few of them. But J.A. Rogers is a good author who J.A. Rogers is a good author who finds different subjects to write about consciously.
Nice.
Now, have you read books like Mastery, 48 Laws of Power, The Pale White Horse?
Those books,
stuff like that?
First of all, Robert Greene is a person that takes from everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't even give Robert Greene, being read all his books, owning his books, the same credit as I would that later title you said.
The Pale White Horse?
Pale White Horse by William Cooper. William Cooper was
that book is nuts, by the way.
That book is brilliant because the man sacrificed his life and he was killed after he got the information out there. But it break down a lot of boundaries that are set in place, like as far as what you see, as far as a lot of different topics. It was all official because he was with the intelligence, naval intelligence, and all throughout the book, underneath everything, it's confidential.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah,
like,
and
it tells you some crazy stuff.
So they're two
Like,
different levels.
Yeah, that's two different levels. So let me ask you this: with all this knowledge that you do have, do you see yourself making books somewhere on them levels too?
I see myself making films
Okay.
on them levels. That's gonna be my next business venture, making films depicting the real history
Yeah.
So
of several different topics.
Yeah.
the visual.
Third eye open. Several
Nice.
different topics.
Nice.
History is something that could be the correct history is the most interesting subject.
I feel like you may have something that may be a little more consistent. Now, I feel like, let me put it like this. You know how you get a book, you read it, and then they make a movie, and it's like, that shit was nothing like the
It's
book.
just not the
I have
same
a theory
whatsoever.
about that.
I feel like he can pull that off.
Well, this is my theory about that. It's not so much as the book, the author or the filmmaker has failed you. What happens is, I feel like when you read a book, you're using your own imagination as to what these characters look like. If you say, for instance, this type of book here, you kind of get your own visual of what the character swag is like, their demeanor, this and that and the third. So when you get to the film, you're basically viewing the other person's imagination, how they view the person. And I think that's why a film never really matches what you read, because you had your own vision of how this thing looked when it played out.
It loses the integrity.
Yeah.
That's what happens 9 times out of 10. It loses the integrity, and when it doesn't, you have standout films like 12 Years a Slave. I read that book, and that film is like 92% of what's exactly in the book.
Yeah.
But see, that's what I'm saying. With you writing the books and directing the films, I feel like you're not going to miss that beat. The same picture that you paint in the book, you'll be able to convey inside the film.
Well, put that money, I got the last choice, the last decision. Well, putting all that money in, gonna make sure it maintain that integrity.
Yeah.
Being in control, being your own boss.
And that's why it's important, if you are able to do so, as far as being an independent creative, just stick to that, because no one else is going to be able to portray your vision the way you would. No one else is going to be able to fulfill your vision the way you would.
Let me ask you this: where did directing come into play? Like, you're working on the book, and then you're like, does it pop in your mind like, oh, I need a visual for this? So now it's like, what does it take to get into that? Excuse me. What does it take to get into that?
Film?
Yeah.
Okay, well, when I was writing that book, I didn't think film at the time. I was thinking writing the best book. And so once I did that, I was like, how can I take this book? How can I take this literature to the next level and maintain integrity? I would have to shoot the film. And to get into that, you just need to know what you want to end up being perceived as. Do you want to end up being perceived as something flashy, like they had did on the movie Paid in Full with Damon Dash when they came out, or do you want to go in the direction of, I want to perceive as the whole truth and nothing but the truth, as in the DVD that came out called The Game Is Over, produced by Faison Love, who's depicted as the character Ace. He's actually the man that was shot in the head, who was the hustler. He did a DVD called The Game Is Over, and Damon Dash got a lot of game from him when he was doing Paid in Full. And Damon Dash wanted to go toward the glitz and glamour. And at first I'm like, no, let's just keep it the truth and keep it 100% real. I met the connect like this and that, and this how they acted. And you can see the difference when you watch the DVD, The Game Is Over, and watch Paid in Full. One is just like, it's cut and dry. You'll see the game, it ain't fun at all.
Right.
Paid in Full is painted kind of fun.
Right.
It's kind of fun. We can record stuff what we doing and make it look good.
Yeah.
But the game ain't like that.
No.
So
it's not.
that's
like
what it's
that
taking when you're making a film. How you want to be perceived at the end title.
So do you have a target date so far for the movie at all? Anything like
The movie date been slated back because right now the focus is music.
Yeah.
Music is going to be the platform that's going to trampoline a lot of things, such as Queen Latifah. You know, that's another lady boss I look at a lot. Queen Latifah has a real good mold out of people.
Yeah, she's quite the
Absolutely.
Talk about hitting everything that you can do in the entertainment world. She's done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
After her, it was probably Eve.
Yeah.
Eve did
Are
a
you
lot, but
gonna-
music is a platform that propels that. So.
Speaking of, are you going to be in control of the soundtrack and everything as well?
The soundtrack for the film Underground King, I would be. And speaking on soundtracks, me and another artist I had on here, CEO, we're working on one for a project right now.
Nice.
In the works. So
Okay.
it's a system.
Okay.
Man, that's
Shout out
what's
to
up.
the
Lot of-
films.
Yeah. Shout out to CEO. Goodfellas. Spider, what up? Waiting to get y'all on here, man. Where you at?
Yeah, been at.
So with this film, how I want to see it, is this going to be? Is you're going to shoot the film in Dallas, correct?
We wouldn't. Actually, if we was to shoot a film for this book, the commission Underground Kings, we would shoot probably in the areas such as Las Vegas, because when you're shooting a scene for a movie, when you're shooting production for a movie that take place in a lot of places, such as near the beach, such as near casinos, high rises, and ghettos, you want to be in an area where you can quickly access those.
Yeah.
So Dallas doesn't have no beaches. It doesn't have certain.
But Texas has beaches, though.
Texas does, but you could get more for your money if you get close to the west or
If
closer
you done
down
went to Houston.
southeast.
Yeah.
I mean, I
you
guess
got
that would be like the
Galveston right
closest
there.
to
Yeah.
an ocean. You know what I mean?
And casting plays a big part in when production take place.
Right.
You know, because you want a diverse casting. In Houston, it's a real diverse population, but it's gonna be southern.
Yeah.
But if you go like toward the west or toward popular tourist places,
Yeah.
the casting will be more diverse.
Right.
More aspects of being there, like accents.
Yeah.
Such-
And then I also have to consider, he's coming from San Diego, so
Yeah.
yeah.
And I looked at all that as far as casting for this.
Yeah.
As far as the production, but like I said, my film company will be producing films about history, on not just Black history, American history, and different influential figures, the true history. That's what my film company will be really working, having our hands on.
Nice.
I mean, that'd be dope too. The fact that you're independent, like at that point, you don't have to worry about corporations. Like, I don't know, you're talking too much of the truth. Don't tell them that much
Right.
truth. Like,
Right.
come on, man.
Yeah, pushing the envelope always reps your feathers, but that's what we're here for.
Absolutely.
All
Do
right,
we
so-
have I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead. No, you go ahead.
Well, no, I was just gonna ask, do we have another track that you would want us to play as we go into the layover?
I have a real popular track. Got going. Gonna be making a lot of noise in the club called Heads or Tails, featuring me and an upcoming artist named Fam Gut out of Stack, represents Stack Bands Records.
Okay.
Heads or Tails, it's a big record.
Go ahead with your question before we run into this.
I was just saying, are you gonna be part of the cast in your movie at all, or are you gonna be just kind of behind the scenes?
Be always behind the scenes. Always
Why
behind
not do a
the
little
scenes.
Spike Lee?
Nah, I like behind the scenes. I'm just the boss. I'm like Slim out of Cash Money. I'm not
Yeah.
the baby.
Yeah, I feel you.
Straight up, I'm the Slim.
Jay Prince said, "Where my niggas' money at?"
Yeah.
Hey man, we gonna run into this song. This is called Heads or Tails. This is the rapper MJ. This is off Boss Prodigy. When is it coming out?
In 6 days.
When is it coming out?
Friday,
September
23rd.
The 23rd. This is Exotic Airlines, House of Artistry. I'm your boy, C. Lassie.
And it's your girl, Lady Life.
And it's the king of the streets, Brandon King.
And we're gonna go into the layover with Heads or Tails. Let's go.
Just sit back, relax, fly with us.
It's your choice. What's your call? Tails. Tails is your call. Here's Tails.
Number making money on my mind, number leeching bitches on my coattails, steady flipping on the swag, dripping on them, call it in the earth, nigga, heads or tails. In the trenches, running up a check. Ain't nobody tell me what to do with it, man. I'm hell in the kitchen, beast on the block, ask your OG, I'm a fool with it. Dope game like a gold mine. Used to dream about it, now it's all mine. Started from the bottom, watching niggas get it, motivated me to trapper really in the game, doing somersaults, cooking cocaine. Every summer it's a drought on the south. I got the cheapest tickets while they taxing, man. Got it out the mud, being money, hungry trap house, jumping till the early morning, busting slabs down till the scale break. Rock, man, but this is every morning. I'm a chemist in the kitchen, dormant pills and baking soda losses. I'm a stretching, man. Back and forth to court, paying different lawyers, baby mama drama stressing, man. Now I still form all these broke niggas, all these leeching bitches that want something from it, like watch how the bitch, the bitch. Number making money on my mind, number leeching bitches on my coattails, steady flipping on the swag, dripping on them, call it in the earth, nigga, heads or tails. In the trenches running up a check, can't nobody tell me what to do with it, man. I'm hell in the kitchen, beast on the block, ass your OG, I'm a fool with it.
I am a fool, pull up with the youngest, you know they love busting the hammers. Revenue shopping, no shirt and pajamas. I get the pain, nigga, fuck up a family. These niggas ain't on my level, come get you some broccoli and talking about vegetables. Put that little bitch on the schedule, can't help it, I'm balling, the money keep calling. I'm trying to go and get all of it, I am a preacher. Listen, pull up and come fuck up a feature. Ain't like a hold in, they say I'm a treat you. Young nigga dripping, they slipping the slide. Watch your home, probably dropping the dime. I have to get out and give me some cover. Baby mama fat the commas, I'm fucking the flipping bitches, busting out on the furniture. I fuck the kitchen up, beat the dough off the hinges and switch it up. In the club with your win, need to put it up. And rapping my shit, I'ma throw it up. 20 rapping like leeches, these niggas suck. Bill talking on me, ain't gon' make you fuck. They just might come remember to hit me up. Hit them run that little bitch, ain't no laying up.
Number making money on my mind, number leeching bitches on my coattails, steady flipping on the swag, dripping on them, call it in the earth, nigga, heads or tails. In the trenches running up a check, can't nobody tell me what to do with it, man. I'm hell in the kitchen, beast on the block, ass your OG, I'm a fool.